Now we're on 10.3 part 4. We're dealing with triangles that are similar. And again, in the last video, if you didn't watch it, please go back and do so, because I explain that the order of how they're naming these triangles are important. So angle ABC is 4 times the length of the corresponding sides of angle XYZ, and their corresponding angles have equal measure. Mark the corresponding sides. Okay, so again, I'm looking at AB, okay? ABC. So I'm going to take the first 2 letters, AB, and I'm going to correspond that with angle XYZ. So I'm going to take the first 2 letters of the angle XYZ, which is X and Y, and mark that as yellow. Okay? All right, next, I'm going to move over to BC. So BC, I'm going to mark it. That is side BC. And now I'm going to move over from X and get YZ. And mark that with pink. And finally, the last corresponding side, I find the last letter of ABC, which is C, and wrap it around to A. Okay? So I have AC, which I'm going to mark in green, is similar to, I'm going to look at the last letter of XYZ, which is Z, wrap it around to X, XZ. Okay? Now, I did mark the corresponding sides. I color-coded them. And now, the next thing we got to do is color-code the angles. So, I'm going to use red for A. Remember, A is where the yellow side and green side meet. So, X is where the yellow and green side meet. And you'll notice that both of those are the first letter in the naming of triangle ABC and triangle XYZ. The next one is B. So B is the second letter, right? And it corresponds to the second letter of angle XYZ, which is Y. And that's where yellow and pink meet. And finally, C, which on our triangle is the last letter of ABC, and that's where pink and green meet, is the last letter of XYZ, which is Z, which is again where pink and green meet. Okay? So I color-coded everything for you, and I'd highly recommend getting colored pencils or markers or highlighters or something to do this, because it'll make your life much, much easier. So the lengths of the sides of the triangle may be referred to as its endpoints, 2 vertices of that triangle. For example, angle ABC, the length of A can also be written as BC. Okay, and I kind of did that when I went through this, okay? So it's just another way to name it. So let's look at angle ABC and angle XYZ and see that it's telling us that they're similar triangles. So if they're similar triangles, then we can make ratios and be able to solve for missing sides. The length of 2 sides of each triangle are shown. Find the length of the third side, so the missing sides. Okay, so again, they're telling us this order, A, B, C. So I'm going to label these sides so I can keep track. So the first 2 letters of angle ABC are AB. So side AB is going to be 4. So I'm just going to write that down. AB is 4, which is similar to the first 2 letters of XYZ, which is X and Y. And that one is 3. Okay? All right, let's do the next one. I'm going to move over. We now have BC. So I'm going to use pink for BC. Okay, so BC is similar to, and by the way, the measure of BC is A. We don't know what it is. Okay, but it is similar to the middle 2 letters, or the one after X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to make that magenta as well. So BC is similar to YZ, which that measure is 4.5. And now I have one more side. My last side, which is the last letter of angle ABC. Remember, C wraps around to the first letter A. So I'm going to mark that as green. So AC is similar to, and by the way, AC is 3.2, and it's similar to side Z wrapping around to X, so XZ, okay, which is Y in this case, so it's unknown, okay? So if I look at these, I have, you know, out of all of these, 2 unknowns. And that happens right here. And remember, that was the yellow sides, right? So we have at least 2 known values. So I can make a ratio to find the missing sides by doing AB over XY. Okay, now equals. Now if I want to go after side A, I'm just going to put a little note on the side that I'm doing that one. Then I'm going to put BC over YZ. Now notice again, I told you guys to be careful. AB and BC belong to the same triangle, okay? And XY and YZ belong to the same triangle, okay? So be careful. All right, so let's write this up. So AB's value is 4 over XY, whose value is 3. BC's value is A over YZ's value, which is 4.5. Now we do what I call crisscross multiply, crisscross applesauce, right? So we multiply on the diagonals because a ratio is set to another ratio. It allows you to do that. So you get 3A equals 4 times 4.5. Okay? All right. I'm just looking for my paper so I don't have to run this through again. Okay, found it. Sorry, guys. It just took me a minute. So if I multiply that, I get 3A equals 4 times 4.5. So when I multiply that out, I'm going to get 18. Okay? I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And when I do that, I get A equals 6. Okay, so side A's measure is 6. Okay, now I have to go over the other missing side. So again, I'm going to use AB over XY. Why? Because those two are known. And now I'm going to go after side Y. So I'm going to use AC over XZ. Okay, so when I do that, I get AB, which is 4 over 3, and it's equaling AC, which is 3.2 over Y. Again, cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, I get 4y equals 3 times 3.2. So 4y equals 9.6. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So y equals 9.6 divided by 4, which will give me 2.4. So y is going to equal the measure of 2.4. Okay, again, set up what you know, and then go after one of the unknown sides. All right, so what are the corresponding sides and angles? Name the similar triangles. Okay, so let's look at this. If you notice that we have AB, side AB has 2 little lines. I'm going to look for the 2 lines on the other one, and I see that it's LM. Okay, so side AB is similar to LM. Okay, now we're moving on. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to look at the one side with 1 mark, and I'm going to find the corresponding one over here. So I see that BC is similar to MN. And finally, in green, I'm going to look for the side with the 3 marks. So the side with the 3 marks is AC, and then the side with the 3 marks on this one is LN. So AC is similar to LN. Okay? All right, angles. So remember, we're looking for where the angles, the 2 colors meet. So if I look at where yellow and green meet, I have angle A. So the measure of angle A is similar to the measure of angle L. Again, it's where yellow and green meet. Okay, where yellow and pink meet is the measure of angle B is similar to the measure of angle, and again, I'm looking for where yellow and pink meet, so that's M. And finally, we have one more, the measure of angle C. the measure of angle C is where pink and green meet. It's similar to the measure of angle N. Okay, so if I want to label these, I would call this triangle ABC is similar to triangle LMN. Okay, so I have to do these in order. Okay, so I did yellow, then I did pink, and then I did green. So again, yellow, pink, and then green. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to actually stop the video because I want you guys to get more practice with this. So let's make a part 5 here. All right, so I'm going to stop here and I'm going to work on more of these problems because I think there's about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 left, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching this one. Please watch the next one.